welcome to a new video. My name is Melanie Josephine. I am a life coach and I'm an author, and today I'm here with my friend Amy.
Thank you.
And if you followed me for a while, then you know that this is already Amy's third video. Ooh, it's really cool actually. And yeah, so the first time Amy was a bit nervous, now she's already a pro. So today we are going to talk about our monthly reviews, because it is coming up to a whole year of monthly reviews, which is actually really amazing. Did you think in the beginning of the year that we would actually follow through the... No?
I didn't think I would.
Okay.
It's one of my points. I didn't think
I would. Oh, okay, interesting. I definitely wanted to come to the end of the year, but I wouldn't say that in the beginning of the year I didn't think about whether we would make it to the end or not.
Yeah. I don't think I ever believed that I would do a whole year, so I'm really pleased that we have.
That's really great. But just to recap, if you haven't followed me or if you haven't seen the other video on the monthly reviews, which if I don't forget I can link it down below, because I did a whole video on what monthly reviews actually are. But the whole idea is that every month we meet up and we talk a little bit about the learnings of that month and our challenges and what we want to take away from that month, and then also who we want to be or what we want to learn or do the following months, and then we catch up on that in the next month's review. So that's what this is about, and this video is a recap on a whole year of monthly review, our learnings and our takeaways from these monthly reviews. And we've both taken some notes which we haven't compared yet, but I think it's going to be quite interesting. I always love these videos that reflect on doing something for a whole year or several years, or even if it's just a month, but the longer the time, the more interesting I find the videos on when people reflect on their experience. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start and see if this matches your list in any way. Yeah, so I would say that in the past I missed a lot of learnings because I didn't reflect on them as deeply as we did before. Maybe I didn't miss them entirely, but I would say that I didn't take such deep learnings as I did now, and I didn't sit down and actually think about what can I take from this, or how has this situation helped me or made me grow. So before, maybe I did think about it, but not in as much depth, and I definitely didn't take as much away as we did now.
Okay, yeah, so maybe previously a situation would sort of happen to you and then it would finish and that was it, but now you can kind of analyse it a little bit more, see what you've learned from it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have always done that, but because I didn't have a good enough reason to sit down and do it, this kind of was a good motivation to do it. Yeah. Did you write anything similar?
Not really.
That's okay. That's fine. I was just curious. Do you want to share one of your points?
Yeah. So my first point was, like we sort of said at the beginning of the video, I didn't really think I would manage to complete a whole year of monthly reviews. So I didn't start it thinking, oh, I'm not going to finish this.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that I have completed it.
Yeah.
I've never managed to do anything like this for such a long time, and I've definitely never managed to like keep up my New Year's resolutions for the whole year.
Ooh.
So this is definitely the first time I've done that, so thank you to you for helping me.
Thank you as well for coming along and for seeing it through.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe to mention that was one of the other points that we thought of why we wanted to do it. Why we wanted to do monthly reviews. Yeah. To keep on track with our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Or how would you say?
That was sort of where the idea began. We created sort of our resolutions or our sort of word or our goal for the year, and it's just kind of to keep us both on track.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I'm going to to share my next point, which is actually related to you. I wrote down, what I took from this is having more deep and constructive conversations with Amy.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you are thinking about doing this and you think about which friend should I ask, or I would say that if you have a friend that you share this experience with, you will definitely deepen your friendship, and you will have more just deeper conversations, because you simply have to go deeper than how are things when you talk about the whole months and what happened, because in life there's always things that happen, and there's always ups and downs, and you have a lot more to share. And
I put that as well as one of my points. I said I've learned a lot about Melanie. I feel like I've got to know you more and understand more about you. And it's made our friendship stronger. So it's been a really positive experience to sort of get to know you better.
That's really lovely.
And it's been a really nice sort of reason for us to catch up every month.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if we hadn't have done this, we wouldn't have seen each other so often.
Yeah.
So it's been really good for our friendship.
Yeah. I would also say that I understand you better. I don't know if it's only because of the monthly reviews, but with all the experiences during this year, that made me think more, and then I would say that I was also more open with you.
Yeah.
And then I got to understand you better. Yeah. And other friends as well, actually, through the monthly reviews, because of all the reflection. But very interesting. My next point is setting new goals for each month really helps to stay on top of your game. That sounds like really full on, but and be inspired again for each new month. That's actually a very, very positive thing. So, because I don't want this to sound like this has to be super serious, because some people think that making New Year's resolutions is hardship, like, oh, now I have to follow up on this, or if I don't, then I have to feel bad. But with these monthly reviews, you can actually create it in a way that it is fun, and that you have something to share and look forward to every month, and to be inspired to set new reachable goals every month, rather than setting up these New Year's resolutions at the end of the year and then forgetting about them by mid-January. So
I said something sort of similar. So I've written down that I've never felt like I failed. So even when there were some months where I wrote down less, or I just scribbled it out just a few hours before we were due to meet.
Okay.
Or if I didn't meet my goals or my targets for who I want to be that month or what I want to do that month, even when I didn't manage to do those things, I never felt like I'd failed, because I always managed to write something.
Yeah.
I always had a constructive discussion.
Yeah.
And so I always felt like I'd managed to do something.
Yeah. But was this a
so
concern of yours? Were you concerned that maybe one time at the review you feel like you failed what you tried to set out?
I guess I was concerned that I would not stick to it. So not stick
what
to
you wrote
doing
down.
the monthly reviews.
Doing the monthly reviews.
Yes.
Okay.
But I never felt like I'd failed. I felt like every month I had something to show you.
Yeah.
And we could have sort of like a good discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked how you broke things down, that you had the list in the beginning of the year and then you picked 2 things each month. I actually don't know, did you actually follow through the whole year, or did you change it up a bit?
No, I was looking through the list the other day, and I have done most of the things that were on the list.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't actually consciously choose by maybe the middle of the year, I'd kind of forgotten about choosing 2 things each month.
But I mean, Amy had certain categories each month. I also shared that in the other video. And I mean, you did still share what you had done or what you didn't do. I mean, this is also a good thing, because even if you see that you didn't do something that you wanted to do, then this is a good reminder, oh, I've been meaning to do that. And I wrote down, sitting down and writing about each month felt very freeing and relieving. I really felt this way because I am a writer, but at the moment I'm taking a break from writing, except for writing these monthly reviews. So it really felt very relieving to just sit down and just write and just let the thoughts come out. Yeah, I don't know about you.
Definitely. Sometimes I didn't think I'd done much that month. But then when you sit down and start writing, you realise how much you've achieved.
Yeah.
So something I'd written down was, it's really helped me think about my achievements each month.
Ah, okay.
So I think that time can go by really quickly. So each month can go really quickly. But when you sit down at the end of each month and think about what you actually did and what you achieved, so it makes the time slow down a little bit and you can reflect on that month.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the last months to come up and to write the letter to myself. So I have to share, Amy and I already talked about this, but in the last months of the year, December, we are going to write a letter to ourselves about what we want to thank ourselves for. And I guess I also write a little bit my ups and my downs and what I've learned from it now, looking at the whole year, not just the months. And I'm really excited for that.
I think it'd be nice to look at the whole year and sort of see, what we've achieved. What were the highlights? How well we've done. How much has changed?
Yeah. I think when I didn't write it yet, but I already thought a little bit about what I'm going to write, and it does make you realize your achievements. Whereas when you don't do it, I mean, I don't know about you, but I often feel like I haven't really achieved anything. But when I think about it, I actually have. And other people always tell me, but somehow I very often think, oh, I haven't achieved that much. I think it's your turn.
Oh, okay. So I've realised that I have actually made some quite big lifestyle changes this year, so particularly in terms of being more eco-friendly, which is one of my targets, and having more regular contact with my family, which is another thing I really wanted. And I'm not sure that if we hadn't have done the monthly reviews, I'm not sure I would have managed to keep up those things.
Yeah.
So I think sort of it makes you more accountable.
Yeah.
So it's easy to tell yourself, I'm going to do this month, and then you just forget about it.
Yeah.
But I think because I knew I had to write it down and I had to put it into into my monthly journal, and because I had to tell you about it, it made me held me to account. So I couldn't sort of just promise myself something and then just forget about it later.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really happy to hear that. I mean, in that way, I know you said how your mom and dad were so happy that now you call more often, and I think that's really lovely. I think that's really great.
And I'm really pleased as well that I've sort of stuck to those changes.
Yeah. That's really, really lovely. Then I wrote down, when in a decision process, I reminded myself of the word that I said at the beginning of the year. So in the beginning of the year, we both chose a word for the year. You may have heard this in other YouTube videos. And I chose the word powerful. And then if I had to make a decision through the year and I wasn't sure what to decide, somehow, I mean, other factors helped too, but somehow it really helped to remind myself what is the word for the year and how can I apply it. What else did I write? helped me remember who I wanted to be this year and what decision to make to be in alignment with the word.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how the word just came to me. I mean, in the beginning of the year when I asked myself what would be the word, and I immediately knew. I can't remember. Did you say the same, or did you have to think a while?
It came to me quite quickly.
Okay. Do you want to share what yours is?
My word was care. So I wanted to sort of show more care to the environment and to the people I love and to myself.
And I think you did actually so well when you think of the overall, I mean, when you think about the word that you chose and what you've just shared, that's really the emphasis you put on the year, because I know you shared about your family and the environment pretty much every time we met.
I think what was more influential for me, more so than the word at the beginning, was the categories that I chose when I was talking. So each month I sort of chose 3 categories and I spoke about them every month. So that was the environment, my relationships and myself. And I think those categories were more influential than the word care.
But I think it kind of comes together because you wanted to just be more caring. And that I never thought about that you could choose a word and then kind of pick your categories thinking of that word.
That's kind of what I did.
But did you actually think about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what I did.
Okay, I didn't do that, but
that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay too.
I guess that's the thing, we can all do it differently, and even though we're doing it together, we've done it quite differently.
Yeah. I mean, that's an inspiration for you too. If you want to do it with a friend, you don't have to choose exactly the same categories. You don't have to do everything exactly the same. It's more about meeting up once a month and holding each other accountable. That's so interesting. It helped me to connect deeper to my inner voice. So it helped me to find my own answers more. I mean, the fact that I had to reflect and think about what I've learned and what I can take from certain situations just made me connect to myself more rather than asking other people for advice. I mean, it's okay to ask for advice, but our own answers are always the most powerful answers. So that's one thing that I've learned. Even more. I knew before, but I would say that, even more.
Well done. I also said I feel I've learned a bit more about me. So I've learned what's important to me and what I felt was worth writing down from that month. So when I look back at each month, I can sort of see what were the main things that were most important to me, and so I've learned a little bit more about myself. Because remind me, in the category about you, what did you try to achieve or do? A bit more self-care. Okay. So just doing things. What did I do this month for myself? Yeah, exactly. I think that's actually a really, really great category. I haven't really written anything else. That's sort of everything that I've written. Oh, that's completely fine. Then I'll just share my last few points and you can just tell me your opinion on those. I also, this is not a learning, but I wrote down that it did really not feel like a hassle to me. I would say that it would take me about 30 minutes to an hour, but only an hour if I really, really felt like I could get a lot out of reflecting a lot and it was really good for myself. It doesn't mean that you have to take a whole hour each month. Half an hour is completely fine. And it didn't feel like a hassle, and it was fun to do this and to meet up. And I also wrote amazing and fun opportunity to grow and great thing to do with a friend. You can really see your growth more, which is kind of what we already said before. And it gives you the opportunity to reflect on the year in a deeper way. Okay, I feel like the last 4 points were all kind of the same. We already said this. But I I think it's good that you've written that you enjoyed it and you didn't think it was a hassle.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but some months I didn't really feel like writing it. And sometimes I was like, oh, I've got to write the review. And then I'd be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm meeting Melanie, I really need to do it now. But then once I started doing it and actually got into it and started thinking about the month, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So like, I think the idea of sort of sitting down and thinking about the month sometimes was just like, oh, I don't really feel like it. But actually, when I did it, I was really glad I did it.
Okay.
I was pleased.
Yeah. But how often did you not feel like doing it?
Maybe like twice in the year.
Okay, so not that
often. Not often.
I mean, it kind of shows you that with actually whatever you choose to do or whatever you wish to commit to do, even if you really like it, there will be some days where you don't like it. It's just very natural. But if in the overall picture you can see this is what you still would like to do, then this is a good example that it's good to just keep going and to see it through. Yeah, we can learn and grow so much more if we push through those few times where we don't feel like doing something.
Yeah, and I must have enjoyed it somewhat because I'm really looking forward to next year. So I'm really looking forward to doing it again.
I would like to share. I don't know when it was. I don't know if it was in September or in October. But there was one time when I sent Amy a message and I said, "Oh, I already have an idea for my word for next year," and we haven't. At that time, we hadn't talked about doing another year of monthly reviews, and Amy didn't say anything. And then the next time I saw her, she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do another year." No, but that's completely fine.
At first, I kind of felt like, a whole another year of committing to this. Am I really sure about that? But once I thought about it, and I think I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I've done it this time.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to do it again. So.
Yeah, so at the time, so after I sent the message, the next time I saw Amy, I asked her whether she had thought about it, and then she shared that she wasn't sure. And then I said, okay, why don't you think about it for another few weeks and then let me know, because obviously I don't want to push Amy to doing this if she doesn't want to do it. But yeah, so I'm really happy that she decided to do another a year of monthly reviews, and my boyfriend is actually really happy that you're doing it, because I was joking that he had to take the job if you didn't do it, and he really doesn't want to do it. No, I was only joking. Yeah.
Something actually I would add that has happened this year is I feel that, especially with you, because we've kind of gone through this process, I can be more honest about how I feel.
Generally?
So, generally, I mean, with you.
With me, yeah. Or generally with people that you're close to?
I think with you.
Oh, okay.
Because...
What a big compliment!
Probably before, if you'd have said, oh, do you want to do it again? I'd just be like, yeah. Because I would kind of, I'd want to please you.
Okay.
But maybe I wouldn't actually want to do it myself, or I wouldn't know that I could definitely commit to it.
Yeah.
But because we've gone through this process and sort of I've learned more about you and what's important to you, I've realised that it wouldn't be a good idea to say yes just because you'd like that and then actually not do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was able to actually say, actually, hang on, I don't know if I want to do it. Yeah. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
And not worry that I was going to hurt your feelings or anything.
Yeah.
Actually, it's better to be honest.
You wouldn't have. I was very much at peace with either decision. I don't know, sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's harder for me, depending on what it is, I guess. But I wouldn't want you to do something, especially not for a whole year, if you're not really looking forward to it. Okay. Yeah.
I am looking forward to it now. We've got some good ideas.
No, so. But I just wanted to ask you with enough notice, because to be completely honest here, I actually, let's say after 6, 7, 8 months, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do another year, because like you say, sometimes it like once or twice a year it does feel like a hassle, but most of the time it doesn't. But yes, I also was like, oh, I'm quite glad when we finish this by the end of the year. Okay, I never said that to you. No. Yeah, but yeah, I have had these thoughts. I think that's very natural. I think anyone would. But then when it led to the end of the year and to making a decision whether to do it again or not, then I just thought, you know, I just took so much from this. It would be not a good idea to not continue. But then if you had said no, then I would have just accepted that it might not be the right decision for you to continue, but I would have thought about someone else to continue it with. But I hadn't asked anybody. I just waited till your decision. And then, but that's why I wanted you to make up your mind, like in November or in October, so that I have enough time to find somebody by January. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm looking forward to it. I've got some ideas about how I want it to look next year.
Ah, great. So maybe just as a little recap, so I would say that you just learn a lot more about yourself, you learn a lot more about your motivation, your goals, you reflect a lot more, and then at the end of the year you have a whole year to look at your challenges, your learnings, your achievements, and it's a fun thing to share with a friend. So that's how I would summarize this experience. And then maybe next year we can do another video like this. And Amy's gonna hit me with the book and say this was the last year. No, just joking. But anyhow, thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like that, please subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!